Hi, everybody. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Chrissy Fitzgerald, and this is my Addicted to Miracles YouTube channel. So if you're here watching me, thank you and welcome. So today I'm going to do some fun conversation about the sticks we use to beat ourselves up with. They're actually like measuring sticks. Like, whose stick are you using to measure yourself with that you end up beating yourself with instead, because you never measure up, right? So if you're using someone else's measuring stick as to how you're supposed to be, what you're supposed to be, when you're supposed to be it, the appropriateness and the rightness of the ways of doing things, or how you should show up in life, what you are supposed to achieve or accomplish to be a success, other people's definitions of what success looks like, how you're supposed to, life is supposed to be structured. So these are all like measuring sticks, basically. So if you think about them as you picked up the stick and now you're using it and you're beating yourself with it, it's like, I don't measure up. Why? Because I'm not 5'8". I'm 5'4". Or why? Because I don't live in whatever city. Because I am supposed to have 3 children and I have 1. Because I have whatever. Because I don't have children and I'm supposed to. Or because I'm uh, whatever, single and not married. There's so many ways that people have decided what the right way to be is and how you're supposed to be. So I'm just playing around with, what's your favorite measuring stick, and which one is it that you use the most? Like, think about it. Like, what do I judge myself the most about? Maybe it's your body, or maybe it's your money situation, or maybe it's because my relationship isn't the way it's supposed to be, my marriage isn't going the way it's supposed to be, or whatever that is, right? If you're watching, say hi, comment. I can read comments too. So I'm inviting people to hop on. If I might even play around with identifying on your behalf. Some of the work I do actually is using things like energy balancing, transformational work with people, where we find out what the invisible sticks are. So you might have invisible sticks that you are literally beating yourself, whipping yourself with, blocking yourself, stopping yourself. And it's like, what is that energy that's present with me so much, that's informing me and impacting me, but it's stopping me and I can't be me because I'm supposed to be that, right? Christina, hello. Hi, Cindy. Cool. I got my spectators. This is exciting. So this is the first time I've done a video where I've actually had good lighting. I'm not wearing black, and I have people watching live. So that's kind of fun. So hey, if any of you guys during the live video here want me to identify maybe some hidden invisible gem, unfortunately it's not a gem, it's more like a weapon that you might be using that keeps you trapped and confined and restrained. So something just popped out of my hands. It's actually, hold on one second. Sorry about that. So I'm back. Cindy says yes. Oh, cool. Good. I have somebody who's willing to play. So the card, I was just shoveling this awesome card of deck of cards that I have, and the card is about honoring. It literally threw itself on the floor. It's like, let's throw that on the ground. We don't need that shit, right? So forget about honoring. It's like popping out like, see me, see me, see me, right? Only we're like, no, I won't do it. I won't honor me. So forget it. Forget about it. I won't do it. So anything that is not allowing you to honor you and what's true for you and what's right for you and what's best for you, and keeps you perpetually perpetrating the judgment of you, the wrongness of you, because you're not fitting into the structure or the box or the reality that you're supposed to be based on everybody or anybody else, whether it's mom, dad, grandparents, school, whoever, friend, it doesn't matter where it came from. Or maybe it's your kid. So whoever and wherever that comes from, we want to start to dissolve your connection to all of that in any places or spaces that you are like in reaction to it, where you start to hold it all in place and it becomes this thing that kicks your ass instead of, propelling you forward. It knocks you over. Gosh. Cindy says yes. Christina says sure, always. Looking to learn more about myself. Cool. I have to adjust my screen because apparently I'm not seeing the whole comment box. So give me 1 second here while I expand my box. All right, there we go. I gotcha. Okay, cool. So, Cindy, I'll do something with you. So, for anybody that's watching, I use muscle testing. I also use a pendulum. But what I'm doing is I'm getting yes or no responses when I communicate directly with the person that I'm working with. So, my clients, when I work with clients, I'm receiving information through you to me, and then I get yes or no responses using this kinesiology that you can read all about if you just look up kinesiology and muscle testing for yes nos, or the pendulum is another form of that. So, either way, I can find out what is really going on with you. What is the energy present with you that's not contributing to you? And what do we need for you to disengage from that will allow you to step out of the cage that you're trapped in or within or behind? So we want to break free and dissolve all of the bars, all of the cage that you've been locked up in. And usually, what we find is that a lot of people create these protection. It's like a cage to protect yourself, right? When, for example, say you're a diver and you're going down deep into the depths of the ocean and you're about to go swimming with sharks and you're intentionally in a cage, right? You want that cage. You actually want to be in a cage. That cage is contributing to you, it's keeping you safe, and it's protecting you. Well, it's kind of like that when you're a little kid. You create all of these ways to help yourself. You learn how to protect yourself and keep you safe and secure. You develop these metaphoric cages with like how you run away from things or avoid things, or how you learn to change the way you are and adapt yourself in the face of things. And however it is that you learned to create this protection mechanism that is like a cage. Only now, as an adult, it's literally keeping you trapped. So it's not protecting you anymore. It's keeping you locked up, confined, restrained, and trapped. So we want to get you to the point where you can come in and out of the cage at free will, by choice. When the cage is protecting you, that's great. When it's keeping you like out, it's preventing you or self-destroying you or destructive against you in any way, we want you to be able to, I think I'll set myself free from that cage. I don't need to be in this cage right now. This isn't actually effective for me now. So you get to be in total choice. Now your choice is which one's going to create greater for me now? Which one is going to be more effective for me? Which one's going to expand my life? Which one's going to help me to create greater? Which one's going to allow me to enjoy life more? Because if I'm in a cage and it's got all these walls and I can't enjoy life because I'm trapped behind the walls, now I can't access the joy, the all of the other things. It's like a wall is a wall is a wall. So if you're in confinement, in some solitary confinement prison type deal, right? You don't get to talk to anybody. You don't get any special treatment. You barely even get food, right? I mean, there's just so much that you don't get to receive when you're behind the walls. So we don't want those walls to be things that prevent you from receiving, because there's so much that you could receive. And if you're blocking your receiving, now it's like you can't receive anything. And by the way, nobody can receive you. They can't come and see you either. They can't be present with you. They can't come to see you. They can't, you can't give anything to them because you're behind the wall. So nobody receives you. You don't receive anything from them. You don't get to have your energy out there in the world, and you don't get to be connecting with all of the others because there's this big barrier going on here. Hey, Amanda, thanks for hopping on. So this is cool. I have live people. So I'm going to start with Cindy still. So Cindy said she'll give it a try. So I'm just doing this sample to show you guys what it might look like for me to find what might be contributing to a wall that you have. And it's like it's invisible. You don't even know you have it. You're like, what are you talking about? I don't have a wall. It's like, well, if you're not having like the life of abundance the way that you'd like in all of its forms, there's some kind of wall going on, right? It's like, I'm not open to receiving lots of fun, friends, play, money, relationships. My body is not doing what I wanted to do, whatever it is, right? So, whatever there is that is creating a barrier to you and this abundance of all things, that's what we want to find. So, Cindy, what do we want to find for you? So, I'm going to ask a couple questions. So, just bear with me for a second. Body code, emotion, muscle test. Okay, let me go. I have to go to another screen. So you guys are gonna see me, but I'm gonna move my screen for just a minute so I can find what I need to look at. Okay. So now do I want to be in categories 0 through 5? Yes. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, it's taking me to 5. Tell you what this is going to be. 5, thorough kit. So I'm going to tell you what we need to know about that. Part 1, part 2, part 3 is a yes. So part 3, are there any of the following directly or indirectly causing this? And the this right now that we're talking about is the invisible wall. Okay, the invisible wall. So do I want to be in numbers 5 through 10, 11, 12, 13 is going to, yes, 13. Causes that are hidden. So is it number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, 6, subconscious. Okay, so you've got causes that are subconscious. They're literally in your subconscious, and they're not on your conscious level. You're not consciously aware of them. That's funny because that's exactly what I've been talking about. So you've got something that's caught that is in your subconscious, not actually in your conscious level of awareness yet, and we're going to find out what that is. So Cindy, we're going to find out what that is in your subconscious, because sometimes we have a subconscious thought that we keep back there and it's kind of tucked away, but because we have the thought or belief, everything outside of us, we start looking for it, expecting it, projecting it, waiting for it to show up. We actually manifest it because we are tuning into it, and so we want to um, we want to detune from whatever this is because it's actually creating the barriers that keep you from whatever you'd like to be or receive. Oh my God, so much energy on that. Holy crap, Cindy. Okay, so next is body code, emotion code, energy balance by numbers. Okay, I'm going to go use something else. I use some balancing with frequency numbers. So let me see what we need to find for Cindy that might have to do with a frequency. Page 0 to 100, 100 to 200, 1 to 150. 80 to 90, 180 to 90, 180 to 85, 85, 86, 187. All right, let me get to the right page, 187. Okay, and is there more than one frequency on this page? No. Okay. Let me find the number that is appropriate for you, my friend. Just a second. Okay. Is it above this line? Is it above this line? Yes. Is it above this one? No. Is it this one? This one? This one? This one? All right, here's the frequency number. That is so weird. This is really bizarre. Okay, so let me just ask, is this correct? Is this correct? Does it have to do with someone else? Okay, do I need to find a different, is it the one above it? Let me see. This is going to sound really weird, so I'm going to say it anyways, but it has to do with the prostate and shrinking prostates. Now, I know that, Cindy, you are a female and you do not have a prostate. So we have to try and expand out on this and find out how this impacts you. Okay. So something about somebody else or the idea or the concept or um, the possibility of shrinking, uh, prostates shrinking. Okay, I wonder if that brings up anything for you, Cindy, because sometimes it may not make any sense to any of us, but there may be someone in this person's reality that has a problem with their prostate. I have so many things popping up on my screen. I'm trying to get rid of them so I can see my screen again. Um, so, when did this first show up for you, Cindy? Before you were born. Before you were born. 0 to 5. So, was it while you were in gestation? Okay. So does it have to do with your mom? Is it your dad's energies? So maybe you can think back. Did your dad ever have any sort of issues or prostate issues or anything like that when he was? There's things popping around on my screen. They're like popping all over the place. It's really distracting. Like birds are like, and a red cardinal just popped into the screen. So the universe usually pops things like that into my space when there's something like, hey, pay attention. Hey, notice this, pay attention. So, Cindy, whatever this is, whose ever frequency this is, whatever's going on here, and anywhere that you've picked up on and vibrated with the limitations or the judgments associated with this, and this is all in the category of like sexuality and male sexuality. So, anywhere that you're carrying the vibrations of male sexuality, lack of sexuality, prostate issues, anything that the prostate issues might have created for someone else, especially since it was before you were even born, all of that energy that you have developed in or within, and anywhere that that created any sort of imbalance for you, we're asking to release that for you. I'm actually going to run the frequency for you. So let me find it. So shrink. So was this the correct number? No, was this it? Is this it? Okay, so here's the frequency. I'm just going to read it to you, okay? 936-933-27714. 936-933-27714. 936-933-27714. So Cindy, I realize that this sounds really, really weird. And so, for anybody watching, don't worry. Whatever that frequency is, it's just something that everything has a frequency. And if we're in the same room with somebody and they're vibing with some imbalance that is creating something for them, and we're sort of tuned into them somehow, sometimes we like connect with them and the imbalance is associated with them. And so, all we're doing really is disconnecting from everything associated with that imbalance that was not even yours, Cindy, but that you grew in, developed in, and have had maybe I was going to say enmeshed, but I don't like that word, inculcated or enmeshed, but this vibrational frequency, dissipate and release all of that for you. So comment and tell me, Cindy, if that even remotely makes sense based on your dad, if he had any sort of issues, if there was anything. And you might just go in later and research what are some of the side effects or symptoms of a prostate, a shrinking prostate or an enlarged prostate, and see if that brings up anything for you, and anywhere that that matches the energy of others that might show up in your space. So if there's a vibrational frequency that you've been sort of calibrated with, that is emanating from you or keeping you contributing to any sort of barriers, receiving maybe from men, if there's something about men and there's any sort of lack of receiving from men or being able to be open to receiving from men, whatever that is. We're just, wow, I don't know what's going on here, but I'm feeling like cool chills now going on. So Cindy says, my father had so many issues that I got a restraining order against him. Okay. So all the energies, vibrations, frequencies associated with your dad. And then whatever this is that you picked up on before he was even born, actually. So anywhere that that's with you and anywhere that that keeps you creating a wall or a barrier to men, to receiving men, to enjoying men, to whatever it is, okay? To allowing the presence of, or to have to push away men or reject the men of your life. And if it's specifically sexuality wise, that part of it is like all of the energy that created a pushback, like a repellent. We want to disconnect you from all of the energy that supported any sort of barrier for you. So Cindy says, big imbalance regarding men. Yeah. All right. Well, that's a wall. There's an invisible wall around you that was created before you were even born, because the imbalances aren't yours. The imbalances are belonging to your dad, but they're in your field. So when you remove the dad energy from your field, and now all of a sudden you're like, open. It's like, there we go. Cindy said, I'm crying now. Wow. Yeah. Protecting yourself from men, like I said, we have these built-in sort of energetic barriers. They're only here to protect us, only then they keep us from the joys of receiving life in different ways, the way that they could show up, because we're so tuned into and in defense of other things. And so the fact that we hold on to needing to defend against that thing, so we're now defending against all things as if all things are that thing. And now we don't have a choice. Now we just have this wall barrier. So I can tell that this is a big energy, Cindy, and let's just keep asking that it continue to. It's like, think of a word. What word describes what you would like to do? It's like, do you want to lift the wall? It's like a garage door opening. Do you want to like open it? Do you want to like chip away at it? Do you want to like bash that effer down? Like think about how is that wall disappearing? Did it like crumble? Is it crumbling down, or is it literally just knocking over? So have fun with that. Allow yourself to imagine the wall, the man energy, dad energy wall to just literally disappear. Disappearing the energies of dad energies so that you can appear and others can appear in your space. Oh boy. Okay. Anything else I need to say about that? No. Well, thank you, Cindy. Thank you for participating. So you guys, that's an example of what it looks like if I'm going to help somebody to see some invisible presences that are impacting you and keeping you immobilized or closed for business. Closed for business here. Doors are shut. Nobody's coming in, right? Nope. So open for business here. Come on in. Get your tickets here. All right. Open those doors. Open the doors to receiving more. Okay. And allow yourself to enjoy men even, and not just to have like a sexual relationship with men, but just to be able to enjoy the energies and vibrations of masculine men in general. Because how much do you have to refuse and never receive from men? Because there's this other energy about protecting from them. And men can be very kind and generous and want to help and protect you and contribute to you. And if you allow that, life starts to open up and there's so much greater available. Okay. Thank you, Cindy. Wow. Okay. That was a big one. So Christina, are you still here? Can you just comment if you're still here, and I'll do something for you. So I'll just wait 1 second. So for those of you who are watching, you can always go to my website, addictedtomiracles.com, and you can check me out there. I just finished doing a January special. I think I'm going to create something for February. I'm still figuring it all out, but maybe I might do something like the energetic heart walls. Speaking of walls and barriers to receiving, loving, being loving, loving yourself, loving others. When we have a wall around your heart, you can't like feel love or be loving or receive love. It all keeps you from the joy of giving and receiving, connecting on a more pure source of love type interactions with people. Because now you got to block them out. You got to, like there's like a wall, and oh, check that out. My lighting gets different. That's cool. Let's lighten it up. Or you can put the wall down and it could be dark. Cool. Silly things entertain me. Christina's here. Okay. Christina, what can we do for you? Do you have an invisible wall? Something yeah. Okay. What do we need to know? Oh, by the way, Cindy, the card that I used for you just to track the numbers is potency. Potency. I'll read it to you in case it's backwards. Anger and potency have very similar energies. So you can ask, is this anger or potency? And what potency am I refusing to be? And what potency can I step into? Think about potency just meaning I have the energy and the capacity to change things. Potent means it's strong. It's strong. I can be strong. I am strong, and I'm willing to be that strength. And also, I can be present in the midst of strong, potent, strong people. Sometimes men come across with like this strength that we might feel like we have to like get away from and be afraid of, except that if you step into your potency, you can be as potent in your presence as those around you, specifically and especially men, for you, Cindy, but for all of us, being willing to be that potency. And potency also means it has the capacity to change something. So be the potency that allows the to be like the catalyst to change the whole reality in which you've had to fight against and defend and protect yourself from men, so you can dissolve that entire reality and allow yourself to receive from them, to enjoy them. Okay. All right. Cindy, you're up next. I'm not Cindy, sorry. Christine, you're up next. What do we want to use? Body code, emotion code, balance by numbers, most of those belief statements. So we're going to find a belief statement for you. All right. Is it on the top? Nope. Okay. 6, 7. Okay. This is taking me to, we're going to talk about your crown chakra, which is the energy center of the crown. That's actually all associated with our spiritual connection to the divine. The spiritual, our own spirit, and our connection to the divine within, the divine all around you, and the divine within others. When you can connect to the divine within you and all around you and feel your connection to the divine within others, whew, wow, it's like, it's wide open and spacious, right? But unfortunately, we have things that cut us off. The walls keep us blocked. If we're disconnected from ourself, we're disconnected from the divine. If we're disconnected from, and you can call that divine whatever you want. You want to call it God? Do you want to call it your higher power? The quantum field, the infinite field of possibilities, the unified field, Jesus, okay? Any word works, right? That infinite source of what all things are created from, right? That. When you are connected to that and within yourself and others, life is like wide open. You can receive, there's abundance, joy. You're not fighting against anything, you're just open. So there's something limited for you, Cindy. Whew. Okay. Is it a negative statement? Not Cindy. Sorry, I keep saying Cindy. I'm talking to you, Christina. Even though I keep saying Cindy, I'm talking to you, Christina. But Cindy, maybe this is for you too. Just saying. Okay. So is this a positive statement? All right. Rows 1 through 3, 4, 5. Okay. Row 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Row 5, number 5. Row 5, number 6. No. Row 5, number 5. Let me just find it. Okay, so this is about a control mindset. Think about how sometimes you try to be in control. I got to control this. I got to be in control. Or I got to make sure nobody ever controls me. Or I got to make sure I am in control of everything around me. Or I reject control. I will never be in control. Or I don't believe I have any control. I have no control over this, although that's more of a victim mindset. But there's something that you decided that helps you to get a sense of control. Only the thing that you decided that helps you to get a sense of control is the very thing that's keeping you blocked and trapped. And, we try and get a sense of control to keep ourselves safe and alive and protected. So, whatever you decided to keep yourself safe, alive, and protected, and to keep yourself or this thing in control, it's now the very thing that's keeping the bars of your cage in place where you can't get out. You can't get out anywhere. You're like, I'm in the cage. I can't get out. Okay. So this is so funny. Oh my God. I'm giving and receiving unconditional love. All right. So I'm giving and receiving unconditional love. Let's see what we need to know about that, because clearly that's a positive, wonderful thing, right? Yes. But there's a limitation associated with it for you. And so did someone give love as a form of control? Did someone try to control you by saying they love you? Did somebody else use love as a form of control? So do you have to reject love because it feels like there's a control attached to it? So anywhere that somebody delivers love in the face and hidden agendas or attached ideas of controlling you, I only do this because I love you, but they're trying to control you, or any form of that. Okay. You might have your own form of that. So, when did this become an imbalance for you, Christina? Before you were born, 0 to 10 years old, 0 to 5 years old, 0 to 1, 0 to 1, 1 to 2. Wow. So you're 1 to 2 years old, and this is already happening. This is already going on. So was this somebody trying to control you with love? Was it somebody trying to control someone else with love? So think about trying to control others, being controlling, but it's not you because you're a baby. You're not trying to control anything, Christina. You're just aware of the energies attached and what's going on behind the scenes when somebody is proclaiming love or using love instead of just being it, like giving and receiving unconditional love. Giving and receiving unconditional love is not the same as using love to get, to manipulate, to control, to get what you want. So, is this bringing anything up for you, Christina? So, I wonder if you sort of bump up against people trying to love you and not even knowing why. You might be rejecting it because you're not rejecting the love. You might be rejecting the control energy attached to it, the assumptions that you won't give up your control by letting them love you. So if you've been refusing love because you won't give up control, as if by receiving love, you've renounced and revoked all control. Let's dissolve and disintegrate everything that is. Wow, that's literally burning in my chest. Anything resonating for you here, Christina? Just give us a little comment if you're like, yeah, that totally makes sense, or it doesn't make any sense. I don't know what the hell you're talking about, but there's so much energy. My head literally feels like it's going to blow up. So whatever it is that you unconsciously or consciously were perceiving, okay, whatever it was that you didn't even know, but might have been in your energy field, expecting or knowing that there was this bastardization of love. It's like, it's not true unconditional love. It's not pure divinely love. It's Love to get, love to, uh, love to, all I can say is love to get. I need you, so I'm going to tell you I love you. But it's like, I love you, so you will this with me. I love you so that you will that for me. I love you so that I can feel safe. I love you to prove my value. I love you to get, to get, to get. Wow. So Christina says, yes, I can see that about my parents with each other. They are not, they are now divorced. Okay. So whatever you picked up on, guilt used a lot growing up to get me to behave. Yeah, guilt. And if you loved me, you'd do it this way. Wow. So if you loved me, you would. Even just think about that, right? And so anywhere that guilt was used by people who supposedly love you, and it's just been a pattern energetic signature since you were literally a baby. So it's kind of like the pattern has been there all along and you're perceiving it and aware of it. Now we want you to neutralize it or disengage from it, no longer expect it, or reject love because of guilt, assumptions of guilt attached. I don't want to have to feel guilty, so I won't love. I don't want anybody to have the power to make me feel guilty, so I won't let myself love them or let them love me. All of the rejections that happen as a result of guilt attached to love, we want to dissolve and disintegrate that for you. It's creating a barrier, a wall. It blocks you from this unconditional gifting and receiving of pure unconditional love. Whoa, I just got chills. So what do you notice right there? Did you feel anything? I'm getting like you can't see it, but like I'm pointing to my solar plexus right now. That's my energy center. Like the third chakra is it's called the solar plexus, but that's where our power center and our sense of worth is. And you might have gotten like a kick in the gut, like a kick in your sense of self or your sense of worth as a result of this whole dynamic familial pattern of using love to um, something, to uh, as a it's like a green light. Like, since I love you, I can use that to make you feel bad. I can guilt you into something. So all of the rejections of love that you have or have perceived, or anywhere that you're rejecting control attached to love, or trying to control your life and control the situation so that you don't have to feel guilty. Oh, dissipate and release, dissipate and release, dissipate and release. Wow. Do you feel anything in your body? Do you notice anything there when we're starting to disengage from all of that? If you think of releasing yourself from that, and it's like the barrier, I feel it like it's almost like someone just lifted up the storm window, and now there's this like the screen, and the air can just flow right through. So everything that created this solidified wall that kept you from receiving the nice fresh breeze of unconditional love, being it, sharing it, contributing it, allowing yourself to receive it. We do want to remember that that's another possibility too. Okay. And you can be aware of when people are using love as a manipulation, and you can just be like, oh, I know that energy. I'm not going to be manipulated, but I don't have to shut myself down just because someone else is trying to use love as a manipulation. I will stay deeply connected to myself, the divine higher power, energy source of love within myself, and I will radiate it. I will emanate it. I will even try to connect with the divine within them, because they don't even know that they're like got all these attachments to it, right? So I'm just up leveling this a little bit. What if you had the potential to start to break the barriers and walls all around you that were created by others, as they, so you don't feed into or react to their guilt or control stuff. And when you don't react to it and you stay fully present, engaged with the divine, God loving, higher power source energy, you start to dissolve the walls of others. So, how about that? Would you be that powerful? And would you be that potent? That's the potency I'm talking about. Could you be that potent? Okay. Wow. Christina says, yes, I do. Positive tingles and joy. Yay. That's awesome. Yeah. She says that would be awesome. Right. So anything that tells you you can't, let's ask to disengage from the old perspectives, the young versions of you that don't know that anything is possible, the young parts of you or the parts of you that have been trained and entrained to learn that you're powerless over this. You have no power. That's probably why my solar plexus was like getting a little intense energy there. But step into your power. Know that you have this access to an abundance, like a literal infinite abundance of that source of energy power, and that you don't have to back down in the face of other people's like quote unquote limitations or manipulations. You can be aware of them and you can start to dissolve and disintegrate them, disintegrate yourself from them, and no longer take yourself out by them or remove yourself away from them to run away from them. You don't need to fear them. You can just be here with them. Boom. Boop. Okay. How's everybody doing? Hey, I have 6 people watching. That is so cool. Yay! So this is a public video. I am grateful that you have all participated in my YouTube video here. Please share my channel with your friends and tell them about me, and they are all welcome. If you want to get notified when I'm going to do videos like this, you can subscribe to my channel, and I believe you will actually get notified when I go live. I think there's like you might get an email notification or something. But I want to start doing more of these videos on the public page here, because I have a private Facebook group that I've done a lot of videos like this over the last year and a half, but it's, it's limited to the people that belong in the group. And I'm putting myself out there to everybody. I'm not hiding anymore. No more hiding in the safety and the confines of my safe little private Facebook group where nobody else can see me except for the people that, I know are in there. So this is a big, huge, giant leap step for me. I'm lowering the barriers and the walls that have kept me from letting people see me as well. So thank you for participating with me and sharing my first experience of doing this publicly. Christina says, just subscribed, found you from the Facebook group. Cool. Yeah. Amanda says, you are fantastic. You're not so bad yourself, girlfriend. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So, hey, keep in touch. Comment in the comments like later after the fact. If you start to see that things are changing for you and your reality starts to feel different, any of you, and by the way, just because I didn't work directly with you doesn't mean that you can't have all of the changes that we just opened up for possibilities of for everybody, okay? So this is like a group thing. It's not just for you, the person I worked with directly. It's for anybody watching now or in the future, because these are just like open-ended clearings. Let's allow ourselves to dissolve the barriers. So if you felt like something in this call contributed to you, like allow it to contribute to you. Don't put up any barriers to receiving just because I wasn't talking to you specifically, all right? We can receive from all different sources and places, and the possibilities are infinite, and the choices are endless as well. Thank you for being here, and I will look forward to playing with you all sometime soon. Again, you can go to my Addicted to Miracles website, addictedtomiracles.com. If you want to find me there, I have an event page. You can go into the event page. You can subscribe to my website as well, because I'll make announcements for webinars that I'm doing. Oh, by the way, I'm doing a webinar on Saturday, February 8th at 1 o'clock Eastern Time, United States. You can find that on my website, addictedtomiracles.com, and you can register for it there. There's a link to RSVP and register. It's a free webinar. I'm going to be doing a lot same stuff I'm doing right here with you guys, taking volunteers and just giving people the opportunity to give it a try and receive a session. Um, and I do those pretty regularly. I've been doing them basically once a week. We'll see how often I do them, but I always make announcements of like specials or like special products or fun things I'm gonna do or try. So if you want to stay in the loop and be invited to whatever I've got going on there, you can, hear about it here. You can hear about it from my website or whatever. You can even come play with me in my Facebook group if you want. Addictedtomiracles.com. I know that's shocking, but that is my website and my Facebook page and my Instagram and my Twitter. So, you can come play with me wherever you want. All right, everybody. Thanks for being here. Bye.